In discovering the true value of Parks and Recreation, we're going to look through the eyes of two rural Alaskan communities, Valdez and Cordova. Each are discovering on their own the declining revenues. Valdez has got deep pockets from the oil companies, however they have experienced unforeseeable declining in oil tax revenues and in an increased snowstorms that have damaged their infrastructure. Cordova is a local fishing community that also has been hit hard by these snowstorms. They are still recovering from the impact of the 1989 oil spill, and their fishing community still is struggling. With that, they are experiencing an increase in drug and alcohol abuse among their teenagers, and they're looking for how to best invest in their community dollars, whether through Parks and Recreation or law enforcement. And tonight we will discover that Parks and Recreation is definitely a better bang for their buck. The Trust of Public Lands says that nearly half Americans get less than the recommended minimum of physical activity. More than 1/3 engage in no leisure time activity at all. In movement to improve the health and wellness of adults and children across the country, parks have to play a critical role. So what does that mean for us, Parks and Recreation? It means that we have to have Parks and Recreation facilities. Parks and Recreation facilities address the health needs of a community. They address the diverse social needs of a community, which both Valdez and Cordova experience. They also address the cultural needs of the community. Being rural Alaskan communities, both have very diverse cultural economics. Parks and Recreation can provide programs and facilities to foster all age groups. They can help engage community members in various physical activities. They can promote health and wellness, and they can foster the sense of belonging and ownership within each community. How does this help our youth? What is the value to our youth? Parks and Recreation help build high self-esteem for kids in years to come. They teach them how to deal with social harmony, conflict resolution, wellness, and appreciation for education and prevention of juvenile delinquency. We're going to explore now how that is. Did you know what your child does with their awake time? Studies report that 40% of a child's awake time is discretionary. Do they use their time productively? Do they use it to engage in the community? Or do they use it to get into trouble and mischief? Parks and Recreation can play a vital role in that. Research also says that the children want something to do with that awake time. They're going to fill that time with something, so why not provide something to them? Something that is a good option, something that's health and safe for them. Parks and Recreation provides safe parks, recreation centers, and after-school programs, all of which topped the list when doing this research. What else is being done elsewhere? Summer Night Lights is a program that 32 communities are participating in around the nation. It's a community program that keeps the lights on and the parks open late into the evenings in the attempt to provide something for those youth to do. Some communities keep the parks open even until as late as midnight. They also provide programming, which include games, food, activities, and educational sessions, and art. What have they found in the last 4 years? 35% decrease in gang-related violence and crimes. a 300% increase in the food served over from last year to this year. So they're using Parks and Recreation to provide safe places, but also to provide the whole for healthy diets. They've also experienced shots fired reports are down 55% in those neighborhoods, and the aggravated assaults are down 43% in those neighborhoods where the community parks and playgrounds are kept open later at night on the weekends. Los Angeles County is doing a very similar program called Parks After Dark. It is a family event. It's family focused. Its focuses also on the community needs and the overall wellness of the community. So they've partnered with other organizations, companies, and nonprofits to provide counseling and medical and health screenings. It's been very beneficial for those single parents that have worked full-time all day long to then be able to go and get necessary medical care after hours in the park. Their program has seen a 40% reduction in crime in those areas. Other case studies have reported less crime, less alcohol and drug abuse from our youth, less graffiti, increased community pride, increased community positive self-esteem, increased use of parks and rec facilities if they are kept, maintained, and in good repair. So what does this all mean? That Parks and Recreation does fit into the piece of the puzzle of a community wellness program, including other parts of that, other reasons to invest in Parks and Recreation. You'll see additional benefits unrelated to the crime reduction and those increased in the health and economic bolstering effect and the environmental protection. Places that have invested in Parks and Recreation have seen an increased revenue from user fees and taxes. They've also provided an attraction to the non-residents to come and participate in those Parks and Recreation programs, to come and visit the playgrounds. Those residents spend dollars in the community, which bolsters the economy. If someone has to spend the night, they're spending money in the hotels, the restaurants, the food, the grocery stores, car rentals, airplanes, trains, stations, just to come to the program. As far as environmental protection, it provides open spaces for wildlife habitats and health benefits. It also provides staggering support to invest in parks. Most people like to go out on the natural hikes and trails and stuff. And if they aren't available, then to both the residents and the community members, but also to the wildlife that use those protected areas, then we've missed the mark. Parks and Recreation facilities and programs also provide people with formal and informal gathering places to become physically active, socialize, relax, build community relations, and connect with the natural world. For everyone to experience the complete investment and the value that is out there for Parks and Recreation, with investing in Parks and Recreation, we have to think about the way we do things and think about we have to accept the value of Parks and Recreation as being related to the quality of life. Our thinking must rate Parks and Recreation just as important, if not even more important, than such as law enforcement. We must cross over the arc and continue the journey to excellence. We also need to have well-kept facilities and playgrounds. Programming, we have to make them something that they want to participate in. Make them want more. We have to market our programs. Unless they don't know about it, they're not going to come. And professional parks and recreation cannot do anything without their volunteers. It becomes a community effort. It is a community effort. It's for the community. It needs to involve everyone, including the volunteers. So in this time and age, the rural Alaskan communities of Valdez and Cordova are experiencing a decline in their budgets. They're seeing an increase in teen behavior and looking for answers on how to combat that. Parks and recreation are vital to any community, and probably even more so in these isolated communities. The investment into parks and recreation will pay even bigger returns and rewards than law enforcement. Thank you very much and have a nice night.